Hey guys, seeing as how it's the bull market, I thought I would just quickly go through a couple of things with crypto to help people understand it and hopefully not get absolutely ripped off or lose all their money, and at least so that if you're gonna get into it, that you know the risks and what you're actually getting into. So I'll start with the basics of what the crypto cycles are. So this is the Bitcoin chart here. This is basically just shows the price of Bitcoin over time, price being the y-axis and time being the x-axis. So crypto has cycles, and they typically occur every 4 years, where you have a bull market where things go up, and say here in 2021, we had the 2021 bull market, everything went up. And then that's followed by a big crash, and then everything stays down for another period of time. In this case, it was a couple of years before the next bull market starts again. So the complete cycle is 4 years, but it doesn't mean it's going to be down for 4 years and then up for a certain amount of time. But typically, it occurs within sort of certain amounts of time. So from the low of the 2017 bear market to the absolute top of the 2021 bull market, what do we have here? 151 days. Oh, sorry, 151 weeks. So 3 years. And then the peak before that was here we go, 2017. So that was only like 55. So that was 1 year from the top to the bottom. And then from that bottom, it basically went sideways, went up a little bit, sideways, down, all that, and then sort of came into the next run up. So part of the reason why this happens is there's multiple things. I think it's to do with the election years as well as the halving. So there's the Bitcoin halving, which is there's a certain amount of Bitcoin that can be mined, and the way that it's mined is by verifying transactions on the blockchain by miners. And each halving that happens every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that they get as a reward for verifying those transactions halves. So it becomes more scarce, and because it becomes more scarce, it's supply versus demand, so the price goes up. You also have the United States elections, which happen every 4 years, and generally the Federal Reserve play around with the interest rates to boost the economy, so that around election time the economy is good. I'm not sure exactly why they do this, maybe to get more people out to vote, or who knows. Anyways, so yeah, that's the basics of how the cycles work. And if you actually want to make money in crypto, you have to be smart about when you're buying. So if you're buying down here in if you're buying down here, say you bought in January 2019, around then you'd be making like an 18x gain, or even more, 19x gain possibly, to the top of the next bull market. So the thing is, though, you're never going to buy the bottom and you're never going to buy the top unless you get incredibly lucky, or you have a whole team of people paying attention to every little detail of the market and what's happening. And even then, like, it's very unlikely. So basically, what normally happens is around Christmas time, there's a run up before Christmas. So if we look here, what do we got? 30th of November, 23rd of November. Okay. So this was the last Christmas right here. Um, and what happens is there's a bit of a run up before that, which is exactly what's happening at the moment. Um, and because people would have bought in at a lower point earlier, then they come up to Christmas time. Basically, so here they've got a basically a 2.5x from where they bought their Bitcoin, and a lot more if you're dealing in altcoins. And then they go to Christmas, they talk about it, their family, their friends, and they go, "Oh wow, like there was this Bitcoin thing, and I bought it, and it went up all this money." And then I think that helps to cause some hype, and then basically, everyone buys in, everything skyrockets, and then there's sell-offs, and it dumps back down. So the good thing about crypto is there's volatility, very high volatility, and the bad thing about crypto is there's very high volatility. So if there's no volatility, you're not going to make any money. It's like the stock market. If the stock market sits at the same volatility all the time, there's no money to be made. You're just going to be losing money through inflation, just like having your money in the dollar. If the volatility is too high, there's more potential for earning, but there's a lot more potential for loss, and there's a lot less time to sell your coins if things start going down, or stock, or whatever you're holding. So that's pretty much like the way you got to think about it. You got to buy it when it's in the bear market, and this is where everyone is scared of crypto. That has been previously involved and knows about crypto. They're all scared of it. They don't want to touch it. Um, and and usually there'll be nothing on the news about it. No one will be talking about it. Like all the hype is just gone. That is the time when you want to be buying in. From personal experience, it's actually better to be buying Bitcoin, even though all the altcoins see much higher gains. They don't start really pumping until after Bitcoin has pumped massively. So if you do buy into Bitcoin or something like that, that's going to pump first, and then you've got an opportunity to take out your original investment so that you're risk free, and then you can put in your profits into things that are um, smaller market cap coins, which tend to multiply a lot more. Um, but the thing is, at the moment, getting into crypto at the moment is insanely risky. If you want to have a look from here, this is sort of when I bought my coins, basically over this period of time here. I was just buying bit by bit. Each month I'd buy a bit more. Because I didn't know how much further it was going to go down. I didn't know if it was going to go up a bit more, or if it was just going to start rocketing. You just never know. So the best thing is sort of dollar cost averaging low, and then when things go up a lot, you want to start to dollar cost out by selling bit by bit. By using the rough timing of previous markets is a sort of a good way to go about it. But if you look at here, this is just Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 5x up. So if you went in, you say you just put 100K in Bitcoin now, you could lose 80K of that if it goes back down to what it was. So you got to understand that right now, if you're buying in, you've got a very high risk and a very low reward for what you can get. And the only people really that will try to convince you to get in now are the people that are going to use you as exit liquidity, which I'll talk about the liquidity of crypto in a minute. Because there's another question about meme coins and what they are. So a lot of people think crypto is a scam. Now, crypto is risky. It doesn't matter what you're in. It's a risk. No risk, no reward. But I think it's a stretch to say crypto is a scam. Some crypto coins are a scam. This is just like businesses or anything there's always going to be scammers that get involved, and because there's not much regulation in crypto, it's easy for scammers to exploit this. And because a lot of people don't understand crypto, it's a lot easier for the scammers to take advantage of those people. Um, so if you are thinking about getting into crypto, don't touch it for probably another 2 years. Just don't even think about touching it. If you want to get into it, start putting some money aside, just a little bit each week. Just put it aside, and then in a couple of years, or probably between about halfway through next year to the end of next year, we should start seeing things start dumping off. And it might even be early 2027 when it really starts dumping down. Again, you just don't know. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to buy at the next bottom. So a good sort of way that you can see here, like Bitcoin lost 75%. What is it? Yeah, 80, almost 80% of its value over that amount of time. So yeah, buying in now is just not a good idea. So back to the utility of crypto coins. So what is the utility? Okay, some crypto coins actually do things. They decentralize storage, computer processing power. There's they also cut out middlemen for transactions. You don't need to have a central power to do transactions, or you don't have to do like currency conversions and all these things like that. That's why they can be an advantage. And I think one of the biggest utilities is in things like, say if you have like a content creator on like Twitch or whatever, or you have like a game or something where you want to be able to transfer assets from one game to another. I think crypto has a really good use case for that, because it basically like fits right in. And also another massive use case for it could be like online gambling, which is what it has been used for as well. The utility of Bitcoin is that it's a supply versus demand thing. The value from Bitcoin comes from two things. One is the confidence in Bitcoin and its value, so a perceived value, and the other one is scarcity. So Bitcoin can't. There's a set amount of Bitcoin. No more Bitcoin can be created. There's some that hasn't been mined yet, which will, over time, because of the halving, it's never all going to be mined, but each 4 years, that amount is cut in half, and it's cut in half, and it's cut in half. So it just becomes more and more scarce over time. And the whole reason that Bitcoin was created is because of the stock market crash and all the dodgy stuff that the monetary system does and the government does with excess spending and causing inflation and things like that. Bitcoin is starting to get adoption from governments and all kinds of things as well, and a lot of businesses are buying into Bitcoin. But yeah, basically, those two things are what gives Bitcoin value, and that is the same for fiat currency. Fiat currency has absolutely zero value whatsoever, except for what we perceive it to have, and that's the same with Bitcoin. So you can think that Bitcoin's not worth anything, but then also you could make any argument you can really make against Bitcoin. You can pretty much make against fiat currency. The only difference is that fiat currency is guaranteed by the government, but the cost of that is that the government has the ability to, well, technically it's not the government. The government has given the central banks the power to create unlimited amount of money. And because money has no ceiling, the amount of money has no ceiling, it means that the value has no floor. So that's why we see in like the 1900s, a dollar is worth way more than what a dollar is worth today. Whereas over time, Bitcoin will always be worth Bitcoin. So that is why a lot of people are getting into it now. So that's basic. That's the basics of what crypto is. If you ever want to get into specific coins, you really have to know what those coins are, what they do. And there's a few things that you also need to know. It's not just about price as well. It's about how many coins there are, if more coins can be made, what the market cap value of those coins are. And that's pretty much the most important thing. So if you're looking from cycle to cycle, say you wanted to, let's just go into coin market cap. And we'll just take, okay, so I know this is a coin that has had more made of it. It basically, I'll just find one. So some coins you can't make more of, and then some coins you can. The ones you can make more of, they're the ones that suffer from the same problem as fiat currency, which is inflation. So for example, there's a coin I've been holding from the last bull run, which I bought in this is a mistake I made, is I bought in when it was up, and because it crashed, I didn't want to sell it because I didn't want to realize those losses. I'm still holding it now. It's not really a big deal. I didn't buy too much of it, and I've offset those losses with gains through other coins anyway. So I'm not actually down. I'm up on everything, but this is just a really important thing to know, because the price of coins actually doesn't matter really that much. It's the market cap of those coins. Now is this gonna let me search? Okay, here we go. S fund USDT. Okay, S fund. All right, so this is like this is a gaming coin. It's very low market cap, so I'm like not suggesting you buy it or anything like that. It's quite high risk. But I just wanted to show you here. So at the moment, this has a market cap of 149, 150 million roughly. So if you look at the price, I'm gonna go here all time. Okay, so the all-time high of this coin was $13. It's a bit more. It's about 16. Yeah, here we go. $16. 16 US dollars was the all-time high price of this coin. Now, if we look at here in March 2024, the price was $5 a coin. Now, the actual value of all of these coins combined was about the same at these 2 points in time. And you can't tell that from the price. So what you actually kind of more need to look at is here the market cap. So if you look here, the total market cap of this coin was 346 million. And then if you look at here, it's 308 million. So when you're looking at coins, it is very important to look at market cap, total supply, fully diluted value, and then how much the circulating supply is. Because there's 100 million S Fund coins and there's only 62 million in supply, and then they release the other 40 odd million, the price of this is going to go down massively, even though per coin, even though the market cap doesn't change. So these are some things that you have to be really, really careful of. And another thing that you have to be careful of is liquidity. Now, I'm going to show you guys, because meme coins, a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money on meme coins. For every person you hear making a massive amount of money on meme coins have no utility. They don't do anything. What they are is sort of like a pyramid scheme, if you like. You could look at it that way, where um, people that buy into meme coins, the goal is for them to buy in before everyone else while the price is low, and then a lot of people buy it, which pushes the price right up, and then they want to sell before it crashes back down. So anyone getting into meme coins, you got to know that maybe like 0.1% of people are going to make money, and the rest are going to lose money, and the ones that make money off of the people losing money. It's a gamble. It's a massive risk. It's basically like going to the casino. If you're looking at other crypto, it's not really like going to the casino. It's a bit different, but it still is a risk. So one thing you really, really have to look out for with meme coins, especially, it's not just as simple as buying a coin and it going up like here 700%, and then you sell all your coins and yay, I've just made 7x my money. It doesn't really work like that. There has to be enough liquidity for you to actually even be able to sell your coins in the first place. So say you have like sell orders or buy orders on a coin. Let's take for example Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now is worth 99,904 US dollars. So the reason why it's worth that much is because the last transaction occurred at that price. One person on the free market sold a certain whatever quantity of Bitcoin to another person for that price. Now, under this price here, you have a whole bunch of buy orders all the way down. You've got buy orders. So people put in, basically they bid for how much they're willing to pay for Bitcoin. And then above that, you have all sell orders, and that's how much people are willing to sell their Bitcoin for. And where these 2 points meet determines the value of Bitcoin. So if you have one, so if you have a, say you could have here, say it's 99,000. So your next Bitcoin theoretically could be for sale for 95,000 Bitcoin. If someone sells their Bitcoins to that person, Bitcoin is now worth $95,000. So instantly, it's basically like a 4% dump instantly of that price. And the same thing can happen where you could theoretically have the next bid at 37,000. And if there's no bids between the current price and 37,000, as soon as someone sells even 0.1 of a Bitcoin or any small fraction of Bitcoin, it will immediately dump all the way down to that price. And this is what liquidity is. It's how much money is in the coin waiting to buy it, and waiting to be sold. So it's basically the ability of you to be able to buy Bitcoin within like a short amount of time, or to sell Bitcoin without a short amount of time. So all of these prices here are the liquidity. So if you have meme coins, for example, see, this is the actual crazy thing about meme coins. Let's have a look at this one. I'm not sure what this coin is, but let's take a look. Okay, the volume, it's had 20 million dollars. I'm guessing this is over 24 hours of transactions. Oh, here we go. oh no, it's been created 10 days ago. So yeah, $20 million dollars of transactions in the last 24 hours. It's got like all these different stats here, but this is what you got to look at. Total market cap is $107 million. So all of these coins put together are worth $107 million. And then you look at the liquidity here, it's worth $3 million. So if all these people wanted to sell their coins at once, there's not enough liquidity for them to be able to sell it. And this is the same as with like fractional reserve banking, where all of the money in existence, only 10% of that is actually there. So if everyone went to withdraw their money at once from the bank, there's not enough money in the bank to be able to withdraw it. And the way you make money off of crypto is by being able to withdraw your money from that crypto very quickly. So if you have like here a coin worth 92 million in total, so there's a lot of people with a lot of money in this coin, and then say it starts crashing, and then only like what 4% of those people sell their coins, there's nothing left for anyone else. The price goes to zero. There's nothing there. This is what is so risky about meme coins. And there's also, because there's no utility, there's no like future prospects for valuation, like a value increase. So there's no incentive to hold those coins through dumps. So as soon as coins start dumping, like you see this one here, it's down 36% within 24 hours. And some of these coins, like this one, goes up 10x in 24 hours. But you watch it, and it's like the amount it goes up and down is insane. So you might go looking for coins, and then you might look at this coin and go, oh wow, look, that's up like 10x. I'm gonna buy some because it's gonna keep going. And it's like, it probably won't. It probably will not keep going. You'll probably buy in, and then whoever created this coin is gonna dump a fat turd on your chest and take all your money. And that's sort of the way that meme coins work. You do get some more like cultish meme coins when they have a big following, and they are ones like Doge, Shiba Inu, Pepe, things like that, where people hold those and hold those long term. And a lot of people that bought into things like Doge, they just bought in for fun. It wasn't to make money or whatever. They just went, oh look, there's a dog coin, like this is funny, I'm just gonna buy some. And they actually made money. But yeah, for a vast majority of coins and a vast majority of people, you're just gonna like, it's gonna go, the price is gonna go so low that it's not even worth 1 cent, and you can't even sell what you have. And I've played around in meme coins a little bit, but I've only ever done like $100, like I'll buy something for $100 just to see what happens, just to experiment with it. But I wasn't thinking of making money off of it. I just did that as a learning process to see how they work and what was happening. And I just call that school fees. It's just an expense for education uh, in meme coins. And basically, what I learned is that meme coins are not really worth doing it unless you have been watching them and you know all the little like cultural things to do with meme coins, how they work. That you can make money, but you've got to be 0.0001% of people, and you've got to be extremely talented at doing it. And the chances are that that's not you, and you're probably not going to do it. So that's basically like some things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I think Bitcoin has still got a long way to go up. I mean, working off the charts, you can sort of guesstimate. A lot of people think between 120 and 200,000 is going to be the cycle top for Bitcoin. But if you want to look at here, it's up 5x, and it's got best case scenario a 2x up. So your potential downside is you're going to lose 80% of your money. Your potential upside is you're going to double your money. That's not a good bet to me. When you're buying down the bottom here, you can almost guarantee it's going to go up. Like, it would be insanely surprising if it didn't go up. And you're only buying in amounts of money that you can afford to lose if you do lose it, or that you're willing to accept that you're going to lose if you do lose it. But I think Bitcoin is one of those things that it's been through financial crises, it's been through wars, it's been through a lot of things now. It's been battle tested. I don't think it's going anywhere. But if you do want to get into Bitcoin, now is not the time. Sit on your hands, put some money aside, and wait until you get the opportunity to do it. And wait for a big pullback. I'm talking like 75%. It's going to lose 75% to 80% of its value. And then you just make up, say you want to buy 100k Bitcoin, and it pulls back to 75%. You don't want to dump all your money in at once. You just put in a little bit each week, planning for maybe a buy time of 1.5 to 2 years, and then you sit on it. And then you don't watch it every day because it's going to go up and down. It's going to go up and down. And if you see your money goes down 15%, then you're going to panic and sell, and then it's going to go back up 20%. And then you're going to go, oh, it's pumping quick, I'll put it back in, I'm going to miss out. And then, down 15, up 20, you've just lost 35% of your money. So that's not the way to do it. You wait for the dump, you put little bits in, you ignore it, and then you wait till basically after the halving. You can have a few months after the halving where it's not really doing anything, and then leading up to the next US election, it's going to start pumping up. And then after Christmas is when it's really going to start pumping. And a good thing to do between now and then is to actually look into it. Like, even open a dummy account on a trading platform, and just go down to like small time frames. So I'm looking at the chart on the weekly here. If I go down to the 1 hour, it's going to show me like the price action, and each bar represents 1 hour. And then you're going to be able to see like what it's doing, and you can learn things like trend lines, where you can see like the way that it's moving. You can learn things like supports, resistance, all that type of thing. So you can actually get to use a chart like this to be able to tell what are the next likely moves of Bitcoin, what's it going to do, how does crypto move, and what these charts actually represent and how accurate they are. You're going to make mistakes with it, but then you're not going to lose real money. And then at least going into the next bull market, you're going to not be an absolute newbie who's going to lose a lot of money. Because typically the first bull run you go through, you'll probably not make much money. You might make a little bit of money, but you're going to make mistakes, and you're probably not going to sell, and you're probably going to ride the profits all the way up and then ride them all the way back down, and probably end up more or less at square one. You might make a little bit of money, unless you get lucky. But pretty much, yeah. That's sort of the best thing to do, I think. The best sort of strategy. Just learn about sort of patterns, and learn about the different types of coins you want to get into. For this bull run, the big narratives are sort of AI, gaming, and meme coins have been a big narrative. Although the risk to reward for meme coins is just ridiculously high. So there's no point, I don't think, even touching meme coins unless you're just doing it for fun. You're just gonna put in like $10-20 to a meme coin, and like, who cares? Like, it might go up to $2,000, or it might go to zero, but who cares? It's just for fun. But looking into coins that have utility, and pretty much even above that is you're looking at coins with a really strong narrative and what can have a use case for the future. Anyways, I've talked for long enough now. I just wanted to warn everyone coming into the next year or so, things are going to get crazy. All these prices are going to go absolutely insane. But you got to realize they're already up massively. They're up. They're already up. You know, like some of these smaller coins are already up 10, 20, 30, 40x from where they started to, you know, like you put in 40 grand into one of them, you could go down to a grand, you know, and then you're stuck holding that coin till the next bull market. And then that's if, you know, more of that coin doesn't get minted and your coins get devalued. And then by the time you get to the next, you know, bull season, even if it cranks back up to the previous price it was at, it's like, you know, you basically have just wasted a lot of time just to get your money back rather than actually make money. But yeah, anyways, that's sort of the basics of crypto. I really recommend not getting into it unless you really understand how it works. Look into it. There's no rush. I don't think crypto is going anywhere. It's very popular. And there's coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I don't think those two coins are going anywhere. But even Ethereum, you just don't know. Like, I don't think Bitcoin will, because it's the, you know, first in, best dressed. It's the crypto, and you can still make a lot of money out of it. Governments are buying into it. Companies are buying into it. All the big 401ks, like all that, they're all starting to get into crypto. And personally, I think crypto has a very good use case for the future. But then there's also the flip side where it can still go to zero. So you might have millions of dollars in Bitcoin and you could wake up tomorrow and it's just gone. So just keep that in mind. It's a massive risk. The responsibility is yours, and you know, like the repercussions of what you do is on you and you alone, no one else. So don't buy in and like following someone's advice. Don't just buy into shit and then, you know, in a year go crying like you've lost all your money, because no one's going to give a fuck. They're probably just going to laugh at you because you're a fucking idiot. So, yeah, do your research, figure out what's worth going into, and do a, you know, a risk and reward analysis. And I will leave you guys there. And thanks for watching.